Guys, I stuck it with one hand. I one-handed stuck that baby. Nicely done, Lester Eugene Morrow Jr. Super nicely done. Super nicely done. You guys don't know how nervous I was about that. Alright, now if the horses will stay away, I can go ahead and open this gate and drive her right in and not have to deal with any riffraff of my own. Well, hey folks, Lester here, and today it's the moment of truth. You know, yesterday Jamie and I went off and bought this beautiful coastal hay. It's a horse quality hay, and we talked about yesterday that sometimes our horses have loved the hay we bring in, and then sometimes they haven't. Yesterday we skipped the middleman and went right to the source, to a farm about 45 miles or so from here, over in Walker County, which Jamie loves that county. Not real sure why. Jamie just loves her some Walker County. But we bought us some hay right off the field, and we're going to go ahead and take our first roll and move it over today into our horse pasture just to find out how our horses dig it. And then we got our fingers crossed, because I tell you what, by buying it from this fella and skipping the middleman, we were able to save quite a bit of money. I don't mind doing the hauling. It wasn't that bad of a drive. The trailer here holds 10 easily. Could have probably carried 14 if you stack them on top. But that's always scared me. I think you all know what happened to my Uncle Dan, which is my brother. But he tried to carry some hay over to Jake's place, Honey Hill, and tried to stack them. And got about halfway there, made a little bit of a turn, and the entire trailer shifted and tilted, and he lost all of his hay there on the side of the road. So what we're gonna do, oh no. Uh-oh. Hold on. Guys, we have a problem. We have not had rain here in weeks. So why is there water all over? Well, there you have it. This is why I do not trust these floats. Gosh darn it. Guys, it looks like we're missing an entire, you know what I'm gonna do? Gosh darn it, Lester. Guys, give me a moment here. I'll tell you what. Water's nice and clean. But even though I put this board here to protect the float filler, something got over there and pushed onto it enough to where it's still... All right, we're not going to worry about that. Today we have bigger things to worry about. Wondering if our horses will or will not eat the gosh darn horse hay. Jamie's going to kill me. She's going to kill me when that water bill comes in. If it's not the Longhorns doing something, it's the horses. Okay, friends, let's go ahead and get this tractor out. Roll over here and grab us a roll of this horse hay, stick it in, and see what happens. You guys with me? Come on, girls. I do have all of the dogs, so I need to be aware of them. I'm also going to take one roll, put it in the back of my truck to take home to our horses back at Longhorn Lester's and see how they do with it. And let's just hope that the hay is as good as the guy guarantees it to be. Because you heard me right, if our horses don't eat it, then he will absolutely take it back. I told him, I says, listen, our horses are finicky. He goes, sir, I got news for you. Your horses ain't finicky. Your horses are spoiled. You heard me right. He goes, your horses ain't finicky. Your horses are spoiled. And I'm afraid he's right, y'all. I know he's right. And you know he's right. But let's see if our spoiled horses will eat it. All right, so I stuck on my hay spear, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a roll of that hay with this. Now, I did not take off the batwing mower because I'm still doing some mowing. I'm going to start mowing around here a little bit, not the entire back pasture, but I'm going to mow a little bit along the barn here where I walk. So this will be a little bit more difficult than normal, but I do believe we can do it. We can get her done. All right, so far so good. I've not been spotted by any horses. Friends, so far so good. I've still got my fingers crossed the horses do not see me creeping into their pasture. I am actually so very proud of myself. Somehow I ninja'd right through that pasture. Yeah, I ninja'd myself right through that pasture and was able to put that hay out, and no one was ever alerted of my presence. Guys, that is some true ninja warrior stuff right there. I really do want to see if they like it or not. So I guess I'll just have to wait to complete this video until I see them come up and get a bite. Now, in case you're wondering about the netting on the roll of hay, what I'll do is come back out and I'll cut about 6 inches from the top and just kind of roll it down. Like I'll unroll it. I think that might be similar to the way you take off your pantyhose. That's just what I imagine. If you wore pantyhose and you got to take them off, but not all the way off, you might just kind of like roll them down like that. And so I'll come by and I'll begin to kind of slowly unroll the pantyhose down far enough to where the horses can get a couple of bites without having the netting in their way. So I just now realize that probably most ladies don't wear pantyhose anymore. But stockings different than pantyhose? If not stockings, maybe like high socks, like knee-high socks, knee-high stockings. You know how you can kind of like roll them down a little bit, whatever you wear. Leggings, yoga pants. Yeah, something that's tight-fitting that goes up, and you want to just unroll them down a little bit, like that. That's what I'll do to this hay. But first, let me go ahead and go get me my second roll and move to the back of my truck. And that's the one that we'll take back over to Longhorn Lester's for our horses over there. So how many are wondering if I'm going to be able to one-handedly stick this one the same way I stuck the other one? Well, friends, we're about to find out, aren't we? You guys ready? Come on, Lordy. Jam it in there. Oh my golly. What does that tell you? What does that right there tell you? Experience, friends, experience. Experience right there. I wish it was always that easy though. But I'm telling you now, it's not. Sometimes some can be a lot tighter than others. And the tighter they are, so much more difficult to stick the first time. I do believe that should work right there. I do think that's going to be fine right there, friends. So, Lester Eugene Morrow Jr., you did that. That right there is a job well done. I will come back and close that tailgate in a moment. But now we have one we can take home for our horses back at Longhorn Lester's. And we have one here to watch and see if our horses come up and enjoy it in a little bit. Well, as soon as we get the tractor parked, oh, I forgot to do one thing. We always like to set our blade back down. The reason you set your attachments back down, you don't want to leave your attachment stuck into the up position, is because that puts pressure on your hydraulic fluids. And what you don't want to have is pressure on these hydraulic hoses. Did I say fluids? You don't want to keep pressure on your hydraulic hoses for long periods of time. I mean, it's okay while you're working because you're constantly circulating all that stuff around, and keeping the motor itself can kind of help keep that pressure. But if you park your equipment and leave your heavy attachments in an upward position, then a lot of times you end up either springing a leak or putting so much pressure on your hydraulic hoses that they don't last you as long. So if possible, whenever you're done using your equipment, you always lower it back down, and that will help prolong its life. If you're wondering why I left the sides up and did not put those down, it's because when I raised them up, I put this pin, and now this pin is holding them up, not my hydraulic fluids and hydraulic hoses. These pins here hold them up. So I hope that makes some sort of sense to you. So you guys should know that this video is being recorded on my Monday afternoon. It's around 6 o'clock Monday afternoon on my time. I know you're seeing this video at noon on Tuesday, but I want to show you what Randall and his guys have gotten done today. They've already called it a day, but they did get the top and the bottom 2x6 run all the way down. If you want to, I'll just drive down with you. They'll come back tomorrow and begin to they'll paint first, and then they'll come by and start putting panels on there. Now, I did ask Randall to leave me a place for a 4-foot gate. This 4-foot gate's not going to be wide enough to drive anything through, but it will be enough for us to open and walk through if we want to walk over and grab something out of the tack room or the feed room, or just to come into the pasture without having to go through the big gate where a lot of times the horses... Oh no, look. Let's watch. Let's watch and see what happens here. They've noticed the hay. Roman's first to it. He goes, God damn, this is good. This is that good coastal stuff. Oh, everyone else wants a bite and Roman's telling them no. Let's see if he'll share with his sweet Rita. Oh, Roman, they want to have a bite too. Roman, he ain't going to share with them. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he's had enough, and we're going to let everyone else have a bite now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Rita and Gemma, they really like it. And Val, she's the one who needs it the most. Oh, she's digging it too. Oh, y'all, look, they have mouthfuls of hay. Yay. Doesn't that make you all think that what we should do is go back and get more? Even though we don't need more, it's the beginning of summer. But since we know our horses enjoy it so much, just go ahead and buy enough to last for a while, because we don't know for a fact how long these 10 rolls are going to last us, especially if I take some to the other property. Christmas thinks this day is just way too long and too hot. She's gonna cool off a little bit in the pond. It's a nice, beautiful pond, ain't it, sweetie? And this is, in fact, a really pretty pond. Christmas loves to cool off in water. I'm not concerned about anything happening to her. There's no gators in here right now. I drive by here quite a bit, and I can also see the pond when I pull in. If you remember, it was last year when I saw the gator and I spotted it from the gate. So it's not hard to find gators if they come to your pond. They always sit right up top of the water when they're in their resting position. Don't forget that alligators do have to breathe air, so they do have to come to the top of the water to breathe. Now, could she get on a snake? Absolutely. It's actually a surprise to see that Roman is the horse who's eating more from the hay than anyone else. I've seen all the horses walk by and take a bite, sometimes take 2 or 3 and then walk off. But Roman has been spending like 30 minutes at a time just eating on the hay. And I think that's a good sign. Now, don't forget, Roman gets more grain than anyone else. He's the only horse who doesn't allow anyone to move him off. So I don't think that hay can be bad or too much hay. I mean, surely he knows how to regulate. But he has green pastures, plenty of good dry hay, so there's roughage available. And then the other horse who we really need to make sure she gets plenty is this one right over here. This is Val. She's a Clydesdale. And I have seen she and Roman share hay together without Rita running them off. So as of right now, we're gonna watch and see what happens. Guys, that's my seatbelt chime. I promise I'll put that on once I get going. So let's see if Roman allows her to come up and share. Oh, this is wonderful. Let her eat, Roman. Let her eat. Roman, don't run her off. Be kind and share your hay. Roman's like, okay, your turn. I'm not allowed to share with you because Rita won't let me, but I'll move away. Aw, how wonderful is this? Rita does not allow Roman to share his table, the lunch table, but he will walk away. It's kind of like on a busy subway train, like in New York, and you're sitting in a seat and a good-looking woman gets on the train. There's a spot right beside you that she could sit, but what you do is go ahead and stand up and offer her your spot, because you know darn well if she plops down beside you, conversation might get started, and your significant other would not like that. Good for you, Roman. You're learning. You're learning. So Roman decides to stand and walk away to keep his sweet Rita happy. Oh boy. And Rita could not be happier. See, that was just a test, y'all. Rita was testing him. Rita does stuff like that. How many of you women will sometimes test your men? You just give them a test to see how faithful and true they are. And today, Roman passed the test. And Rita couldn't be happier. Aww.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.